quickly on that, 45 to 60 feet. Did I tell you a story where I planted a tree in front of my house that I thought was a miniature version of a spruce? And I went to the store and asked, I'm like, here's my space, and they're like, yeah. And then I planted it and realized, I thought it said 45 to 60 inches, and it was 45 to 60 feet that it's going to be eventually.
Generations from now, at the Carson household, there will be an elegant spruce tree.
You won't be able to see my house. I was thinking about maybe every 7 years I chop it down and use it as a Christmas tree and just keep. I don't know. That could work.
It's not a bad idea. I don't know if that's how it works, but
neither do I. But either way, it can be 60 feet. So let's have a look outside. We got some rain finally along the coastline, enough to wet the ground there into parts of down east Maine. That's where the last of that rain is moving out. Looking back to the west, there's not a lot of moisture here, and so we'll see a chance for a shower the rest of tonight. But there's not going to be much rain into New Hampshire, into Vermont and upstate New York, just some scattered stuff around. So the models handle this pretty well, showing us a scattered chance for a shower tonight. Otherwise, cloudy over southern Maine, partly cloudy over central and northern Maine. And tomorrow the question is, what's the cloud cover look like? Because this model is pretty aggressive with the clouds, but I tend to think that it's overdoing it when it's largely high clouds and just some mid-level clouds over southern Maine. So that's how we're playing it in the forecast. Temperatures are in the 60s though, and there's just an isolated chance for a sprinkle, especially the first half of the day. But really throughout the day there is a chance for one of those showers to pop up. I don't think it's a very wet day overall. Different situation on Thursday though. Rain comes in from southwest to northeast on Thursday, and this is our best chance to see some more appreciable rain. Today was nice in the sense that, hey, it can still rain and you got a shower out there, but it really doesn't do much of anything, under a quarter of an inch pretty much everywhere. But this rain looks more substantial, especially by Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. There'll be an area that sets up with some heavy downpours. The question is, where is that? This model is placing it right from Rockland to Laconia, New Hampshire, but it could be farther north or farther south. And I think where that sets up will determine who is able to get, an inch and a half of rain from this system through Thursday night. This is 1 a.m. Friday morning. And then we do clear out Friday morning, and it actually turns out to be a warm day on Friday. But we'll get some rain in between. Total model rainfall for the Euro and the GFS are fairly similar. It's kind of interesting because when it comes to rain, people usually aren't as nitpicky about amounts, but just to put this in perspective, if we were talking snow, right, the difference between 1.5 inches in Greenville and 0.4 is pretty big when it comes to snow, but broadly looks like about an inch of rain, and there will be some areas that see a little bit more depending on where that front sets up there. So that's Thursday night into Friday. Weekend looks great. Saturday looks good. Sunday looks really nice, upper 70s, maybe some low 80s eking out of that too on Sunday. So that's a good combination if we get some rain and then still have a nice weekend.
Yeah.
And by the way, a 78 to 80 is getting to be pretty warm for this time of the year.
Indeed.
Kind of quietly so. Looks dry into early next week. Probably a good part of next week is dry, so we'll get what we can out of this. It will not in any way erase the drought, probably won't even reduce the drought categories on the map, but it is at least not another week where it's not raining. And that's kind of how you have to look at it at this point.
More than zero.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Keith.